Welcome to part 7 of the AWS Ecosystem Deep Dive. A quick recap. We have covered security, networking, compute, databases, integration, and analytics. That's a complete application stack. But here's the reality. In real projects, you don't click around in the console to deploy changes. That is slow, error-prone, and doesn't scale. You need automated pipelines. Part 7 is all about developer tools and CI/CD, continuous integration and continuous deployment. We are covering CodeCommit for source code, CodeBuild for building, CodeDeploy for deploying, and CodePipeline for tying it all together. If you want to work like a professional engineer, this is essential knowledge. Subscribe and let's automate. Okay, here's the reality check. We have been talking about deploying applications in the previous parts, but in real projects, you don't just click around in the console. That doesn't scale. You need to structure your way to store code, build applications, deploy automatically, and track changes. That's what CI/CD is all about, which is continuous integration and continuous deployment. Let's get into the developer tools and see what we have over there. And this is where you find developer tools. Click on it and you will see all the list of services in this section. First is CodeCommit, which you can see over here. It's a source code management tool, just like GitHub, but AWS native. Let's click on it and then get inside it. You see, it is just like how GitHub offers repositories that we can create for different projects. This also does the same. You store your code in Git repositories, manage branches, do pull requests, control access via IAM, the whole Git workflow you know and love. Now, will you really use this? Honestly, most companies still use GitHub or GitLab or Bitbucket, but if you want everything in AWS with IAM-based access control, CodeCommit is there. For building your code, there is CodeBuild. Let's go back into the menu and to the developers tools, and then you will find CodeBuild right here. CodeBuild compiles code, runs tests, creates deployment packages. You define a buildspec.yaml file that says what commands to run and in which order. CodeBuild spins up a build environment, runs your commands, and outputs artifacts, which are the deployable packages, just like any CI tools like Jenkins or GitHub Actions. CodeBuild is fully managed. You don't provision servers. It scales to handle multiple builds in parallel. And let's say once the code has been built, the next thing is for us to be able to deploy it. And for deploying, there is CodeDeploy, which you can see right here. CodeDeploy automates deployments to platforms like EC2, Lambda, or ECS. You can do blue-green deployments where you spin up a new version alongside the old one and switch traffic over. And also rolling updates where you update servers gradually. And automatic rollback if something goes wrong. But to tie it all together, there is CodePipeline, which is right here. It creates end-to-end CI/CD pipelines. You connect your source, which can be CodeCommit, GitHub, or S3. You add build steps using CodeBuild. You add deploy steps using CodeDeploy, ECS, CloudFormation, and you get a visual pipeline that shows each stage. As an example, the flow is developer pushes code, pipeline triggers automatically, code build runs test. If tests pass, code deploy deploys, application updates automatically. No manual clicking, no human intervention, just automated, repeatable deployments. And for sharing packages across teams, there is CodeArtifact, which is right here. It's an artifact repository for things like npm packages, maven packages, Python packages, just like any artifactory that you might have used in the past, like Nexus or JFrog. If your team creates shared libraries, CodeArtifact gives them a secure place to publish and consume those packages. Now moving on to the next service, which is CodeCatalyst, which is right here. CodeCatalyst is a newer, unified DevOps experience. It combines project management, repositories, pipelines, and dev environments in one place. Think of it as a GitHub plus Jira plus CICD all in one. Then, when it comes to providing development environments to your dev teams, there is Cloud9, which is right here. It is a cloud-based IDE. You write, you run, and debug code right in your browser. No local setup needed, consistent environments across the team, or when you are on a machine that cannot run heavy IDEs. Now, through this, let's say we deployed applications, but we need to debug distributed applications, and that is done by X-Ray. If you scroll down, this is where you find X-Ray. X-Ray traces requests as they flow through your services. As an example, when you have microservices and a request fails, where did it fail? Which service caused the problem? X-Ray shows you the entire trace, pinpoints exactly where things went wrong. And finally, the AI-powered assistant for developers, which is Amazon Q Developer, which is right here. It helps with code generation, debugging, and AWS expertise. Similar to GitHub Copilot, but with built-in AWS knowledge. You can ask it questions about AWS services, get help with your code, even generate infrastructure code. CI/CD is set up. Let's recap. Now, here's something we haven't addressed yet. What about existing applications and data that are still on premises and in a different cloud? That brings us to migration, which we will cover in part 8. In part 7, we learned how professionals deploy applications. CodeCommit for Git repositories, CodeBuild for building and testing, CodeDeploy for automated deployments, CodePipeline for end-to-end pipelines, plus Cloud9 for browser-based development and X-Ray for distributed tracing. Our infrastructure is automated. But what about existing stuff that is still sitting in an old data center? In part 8, we are covering migration, DMS for databases, application migration service for servers, data sync for files, and even the Snow family for physically shipping petabytes of data. If your organization is moving to AWS from on-premises or another cloud, part 8 is essential. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your team. See you in part 8.